What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Dude Let's Chat Bleach Thousand Year Blood War Season Core 2, Episode 5 review. I'm joined, of course, by Isaac and our special guest, might as well be part of the show at this point, work in progress with Brent and Casey. How is everyone doing today?
I'm doing
A-
great. I'm eating peanuts.
as those soccer hooligans in Eurotrip said, pretty damn good, lads. Pretty damn good.
Satsa, awesome, awesome. And I'll take Casey's mic being off as so much joy for his day and feeling today that he got a little loud. I
Uh-oh.
get it, bro. I get it. Um, Casey, come back to us.
I'm here. I'm here. But my dogs were just exploding with joy like I am. And now I have to wash my bed sheets, so.
Well, there we go. There we go. Awesome, awesome. Sorry about the stuff on the screen. I was like, did I mute him? Anyway, guys, welcome back. This episode jam-packed with a lot of action, drama, twists and turns, and of course, the return of an iconic duo. It was a great time, I feel, but I don't want to be the voice here. I wanted to see what everybody thought. We'd give our initial thoughts right now and then just kind of explore it. So, I personally liked the episode. Ice, what did you think?
I thought it was a good episode. I thought, I
Awesome,
thought, I thought it was. I thought that was good. That was good.
awesome, awesome. Brent, what did you think? Yay,
It's
nay,
good.
man. Good, good.
Yeah, it
And
was good.
Casey.
I enjoyed it. It was a very good episode, in my opinion.
So I'm getting 4 thumbs up here. That's dope. Well, then we're gonna start with you, Casey. We're gonna go back in that order. Casey, what did you like about it? What made it a great episode to you?
The superstar. What else could make it a great episode other than the superstar of the episode? I even when I was reading the manga, I did like the Stern Rider that was fighting. I can't remember his name for the life of me. The luchador, and just his whole ability, I find fascinating
Yeah,
because it's not his own strength. It is literally the strength of his fans that's bringing his power to max. Plus,
It,
I mean, come on, how can you not love star nipples?
isn't
I was
isn't
gonna
he
say
Stern?
that.
Isn't he Stern Ritter S?
he's
Isn't
a
he
Stern
Stern
Yes.
S
Ritter
for
S? Yeah.
superstar, and
Yeah. That's
it's always been up there like, is James, his fan that's there, is James a part of his power and a part of him? He kind of references that in this episode and in the manga respectively. But yeah, it's still great the fact that James and just the presence of James really is what brings him back to power and stuff like that and really gets him pumped and going. And his name is Masque de Masculine or Masque de Masculine. Awesome, awesome character. He is a really good Stern Ritter in my opinion. But yeah, he's pretty great, right? Like I loved it. So, Brent, you said it was a good episode. It was good. So, what made it good for you, or was there anything that kind of took away from it being
I
great?
mean, it's like, how do I put it? Like it's good for an arc that I was bored reading.
Ah, ah. It is fair, you know.
Like,
I get that.
it's like I sometimes, like, okay, like, I know this is gonna sound a little weird, but sometimes when we all get together and do these anime discussions, we're all like, yeah, it was really great, it was really great. And it's hard for me to it's hard for me to fake saying that it's really great when I have problems with Bleach as a whole in general.
Mhm.
Um and but it was a good, it was a point in this arc that I was certainly looking forward to, because it brings back, characters that I think are important. Um and so, yeah, I mean, it's things are moving along, and it's getting better.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
And I get that. The Arrancar arc seemed very stretched out to a lot of fans, yourself included, of course. And so coming into this and just jumping between fights, like every chapter, every 2 chapters jumps to a new one, even if the previous fight wasn't over.
Hmm.
This was definitely going through that, jumping between 3 fights: the Bombietta versus Sajin, uh, and of course Soifone against her dude. I'm forgetting his name now, and of course Superstar here versus
Yeah.
Shuhei first, and then of course Rose and Kinsei, and eventually Renji. It I'm very glad this one though fleshed out. We didn't jump too much, and it was an episode completely dedicated to this fight, pretty much.
Mm.
So
I think
so I
I
agree with
think
that.
I think the biggest thing for me is that like so this is going to sound weird, but Bleach I think would have been like a really cool anime to be entirely black and white. Um I know that's kind of a weird thing, just simply probably because like all I've done is read the manga, so therefore I'm like all of my imagery is black and white imagery. So I'm kind of used to seeing everything in black and white. But it's fun seeing it in color, even though I think it would have actually been really cool if it actually all was in black and white. Uh, but I would like to see an anime do that, just go complete black and white. Um, but no, yeah, it's interesting seeing everything in color, especially we saw it again today, or not today, but within this episode, the what's that squad captain, the head of the science team, squad captain,
Koritsuchi, yeah,
where
Mayoru
his cloak
Koritsuchi.
is just like it like rainbow fies or whatever, and it's just it's super extra, but I think it works for him.
It
So
is
guys, I think we know what we need to get Brent for his birthday and for Christmas is that cloak. He
just
really likes that cloak.
Brent and his Technicolor Dreamcoat, huh? I'm down.
That would be
So
legit.
it would be.
Do that for a cosplay.
Now, Isaac, you liked it. What did you like about it? As someone who didn't read the manga, you're experiencing this for the first time. So, what were your first thoughts, bro?
First thing I want to say, if you want to watch a good black and white anime, you should watch Astro Boy. It's a good
Okay.
one.
All right.
It's really good. I'm
Okay.
not. No, I'm being honest. I guys showed me Astro Boy when I was a kid,
Okay.
so yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's from the 1960s, so don't think you're getting the best visuals.
All right.
But that was great. I mean, star nipples that caught my attention ASAP. You know, um,
I always
you know,
consider
I
them
mean,
pasties, man. I'm just like, this man did an outfit
no, no,
change. I was
no,
like, blop.
Nah,
no,
they,
bro.
they
He's
they were they were full on nipples, man. They were not
yeah,
pasties.
it's a masculine mask. At this point, I'm like, masculine mask he's Lieutenant Armstrong, right? Like, I feel like that's what that is. You know,
Yeah,
muscles and all. Like, this is Lieutenant Armstrong.
definitely an
Um,
evil version of him.
yeah. I mean, I'm yeah. I mean,
Is
technically,
he
depending
evil? I
on
mean, he
what,
sees everyone else as
yeah,
villains. I
as
mean,
villains, yeah. I mean, like I said, with Fullmetal Alchemist, anyways. Um, no, it was good. The fights were good. I thought it was that I'm terrible at names. I'm just throwing it out there, especially when I'm reading subs. The names doesn't stick to me as well as
Uh,
it. Yeah, so the captain with the brass knuckles basically was pretty cool. But the other captain, I thought he was the most useless thing ever. Like his Bankai is lame. His whole wannabe Mozart. I was
dude,
like,
I thought that was sick.
I thought that was like for me, I thought that was kind of lame. Because like
oh,
literally, dude made himself deaf, and now your power doesn't work anymore.
Hmm.
Like,
Well, it is actually very interesting to think about because if you look at the other Bankais that are going on, usually they do focus on one sense or they focus on the senses in general.
Mhm.
So the fact of having one Bankai being all about the hearing, I mean, to be honest, who would you ever think would burst their own eardrum
that
in a
person that's
fight?
desperate.
and welcome back. Technical difficulties. Obviously, I don't know how to computer. We left off. Of course, we lost Brent. It was getting kind of late. He had to take off. He'd already given his portion. We left off with a great question by Casey about who would just blow out their own eardrums in this moment. Isaac was saying someone who's desperate. Do you want to continue with that? All right.
Just kidding.
Well, there it
Just
is.
kidding.
There it
Just kidding.
is.
Just kidding. No, just like I was saying, someone desperate enough to do something, and like Casey did bring up a point where like how these long toes or the bankais tend to affect the senses. Like for instance, was that one that was with Captain Eisen, the dude with
Tosin.
with the
Tosin.
yeah. So his whole thing was getting rid of your vision and whatnot. But I don't know. I just feel like the noise one. I feel like it's easy to like with taking away the eyes. You know, that now you really got to focus in. But going deaf, you can still see your opponent for the most part, unless they're like zipping everywhere. But at his level, I don't think that'll be an issue.
That's fair. That's fair. It
But
was it was definitely an interesting take on it. It seemed like Rose was saying it wouldn't matter if you just covered your ears. So I'm guessing his power could get through that if you're trying to muffle it. So destroying his eardrums is probably the only thing he could do. I have to give him props. That was quick thinking.
Mhm.
I've I
I
haven't seen
do.
the. Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's all good.
To, the one thing that because I was actually thinking about it, it seems like the vibrations. It's
Mm,
kind of the same thing. It's the whole if your ear is clogged up, why you feel uneasy, why you feel dizzy, why you can't really walk straight is because your balance is thrown off due to the vibrations and how you can't get the vibrations to your eardrum or that little snail that lives inside your ear that affects the vibrations.
yeah.
So that's why I say like no, for that you do definitely need to like destroy your ears because even if you cover them, the vibrations you would still be able to hear it or feel it, I guess, would be the best way.
That's
and
fair. That's fair. Go ahead.
I don't know if that before it cut off. I didn't mention the fight with Renji, right?
Nope. Nope.
No,
We
that
haven't
was
even got there yet.
afterwards.
Okay, so I just wanted to just quick rundown. I found it I some of the guys I found it interesting that his Zanpakuto had two names instead of one. But when you think about it, at the arc where, well, for me at least, Casey says I guess before then, right when he fought Ichigo. Um,
Mhm.
but
It,
when, huh?
no, I was just agreeing with you. Yeah, it was like right after he fought Ichigo and got his
Yeah,
ass handed to him the first time.
yeah. So for me, it was when the Zanpakutos and the Soul Reapers would like had to fight each other, and Renji, his Zanpakuto basically had the monkey with the snake tail, and they each had their own mind, even though they were connected. So me thinking the whole time their name is Zabimaru, it's only one of their names, and the fact that it had two names and it basically let him release his, I guess his true Bankai that I guess it locks away evil and incinerates them. I guess I don't know. That was some Kingdom Hearts Sora stuff right there, but the whole lock and key thing. But it was pretty tight. I liked it.
It was definitely interesting to see this. His Zanpakuto is really a point of ire for that. There's always been a conflict between Renji and Zabimaru. So to see this in its true form, it insinuates, of course, they became powerful enough to be like, nah, you're gonna follow me. We're gonna do this together. And
Mhm.
I personally like the look. I'm glad they brought back the visor too for him.
No,
So
yeah, the goggles.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've always loved it when
when he came with the goggles, I was like, there we go. Because like ever since he broke it, he just wore the head. I'm like, no, dude, the goggles was where it's at, man. Like I don't know, like
I
the fact that he has a back though, and he has the pimp outfit. You know, he has the tiger print. A pimp named Renji.
and
What?
and a true G too coming. Who is this? Like, I guess a villain. It's like, bro, he was ready to take on that role. Whatever it takes to
Yeah, like
win
he
this,
Mhm.
didn't
bro.
care.
So, I mean, I agree with all of y'all and Brent still here in spirit. I agree. It's like I understand it was kind of drawn out with this because the fights were jumping from everywhere, but just the same, I loved this incredible display. Amazing fights. To me, it was masked fighters versus masked fighters, as Rose and Kinsey, of course, were originally Vizards, and now they're here. So it was technically everyone's masked fighters since Renji came back with his visor. And I'm like, what up, baby? Fighting for that
Yeah.
heavyweight championship title. It was one of my
Mucha
favorites.
lucha.
Like it
Lucha,
was
lucha. No,
it was
I
so
also
good.
I also want to bring this up too. Was like TN needs to take some notes, bro. I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe if TN took some notes from Masculine Mask, he could have been more useful to the Z fighters.
I'm
If you guys don't
saying,
get
bro.
that reference, then go watch Dragon Ball Z. You'll get the reference.
I'm
He's
saying.
only in like 4 episodes, then he's dead.
I'm looking forward to where we go next, of course. We saw some stuff at the end. It looks like they're adding in more and more at the end of every episode, which I'm totally down for. I'm looking forward to episode 6, and I'm looking forward to all of y'all being there. So thank you, Casey. Thank you, Brent, for being here. It's spirit now, but they're physically before. And of course, their links will be in the description below. Thank y'all so much for coming out with this. Until next time, everyone, stay happy, stay healthy, stay beautiful.